Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before we get into the video, I wanted to show you something. This is so cool. I just love seeing my username on it. And I just wanted to thank you all for watching my content and supporting me. Okay, I'm feeling really awkward, so we're going to get into the video now. This video might be a really long one because I have like too much to say about this, but let me know if you're okay with long videos because I have so many thoughts and it's hard to make short videos, but there's no point if you don't want to watch it, right? So let me know. Patriarchal women are worse than patriarchal men. These pick me women are everywhere these days. They bash feminism, they hate feminists. They're not like other girls, they're just dying to be picked by men. And I, as a feminist, absolutely hate them. Is that what you expected me to say? Look, it used to piss me off watching women hate women. To see pick me women just hating feminists. To see women supporting patriarchy, which is something that literally harms them. To see women not being feminists. And I'm pretty sure it angers you too. But just hear me out. I recently had this realization and it's just changed the way I look at the world. Before we get into it, feel free to join my channel membership. You will get early access to my videos and also get some secret posts sometimes. Also, shout out to all the channel members I have. You're very nice. Thank you so much for supporting me. Now let's get back into the video. First, we need to ask ourselves, what is a pick me? A pick me girl, also known as pick me, is a term used on the internet to describe a woman who seeks male approval by regularly belittling other women. These girls usually say things like, I'm not like other girls. I'm not a girly girl. I hate makeup. I like to have guy friends instead of girlfriends because girlfriends are just so dramatic and they do so much gossip that boys don't. These pick me women say all of this to get picked by men. They want male acceptance. Now that we've understood what a pick me is, I think it's really important to break down what makes a pick me a pick me. How did she become a pick me in the first place?
In a traditional family, people don't let girl child live. They kill the child. So this is the thing. I get angry. I have quarrels with my dad. But this thing, when it comes in my mind, na, I feel, I feel like crying when it is. He let me live. That's the best part.
He let me live, that is the best part. You might be shocked to hear this, but this is actually the way most of the women in our country live. They live with parents that hate women, parents who didn't want a daughter, parents who think that women are inferior to men. And this is true even for upper class, upper caste, educated people. I want you to know that this is not just a lower class people problem. I've seen so many people around me have these type of notions even though I live in a very privileged social circle. I know so many people who decided to have a second child only because their first child was a girl and they needed a son. Female feticide is very common in India even now. Imagine that we live in a country where people hate women so much that they needed a law to ban killing of the girl child. And even then it goes on, people still continue to do it illegally. That's how much hatred there is in our society for women. We live in a woman hating society. It's also evident in the abuses that we have. Behen, mother, Randi. All insults end up being on the woman. Why is it like that? Because misogyny makes it easy to hate on women and makes it hard to hate on men. So, an insult which is related to women will hit harder than an insult which is related to men because you will resonate with it more. But how is all of this related to pick me's? My point is, we live in a woman hating society. That's what misogyny is, hatred towards women, and double standards, where men get to live with easier standards as compared to women. Let me explain. Imagine that you grew up in a super patriarchal family. Of course, you'll become a pick me. Pick me's become pick me's to protect themselves. It's a coping mechanism. Why would they want to be like other girls when they're continuously told and made to feel that women are inferior to men? They're not brainwashed. They're making a smart choice to protect themselves. Because sometimes choosing to be a pick me saves your life. Ironically, a lot of women keep hating on pick me's these days, which is actually funny because continuously hating on pick me's is actually an example of you being a pick me because hating on women is misogyny. Before you judge me and think that I'm just saying random stuff, please watch the whole video to understand my perspective. We all talk about privilege in terms of class, caste, money, but there is a privilege that even money can't buy you: social privilege. How much unconditional support you get from your family. What if a pick me is just a broken little girl who has been told all her life by her parents that she was a disappointment to them, that they wanted a son? Maybe it got to her. Maybe she felt incapable, unloved, unwanted. So she did what she could to get accepted by them, to get loved by them. When I started seeing it this way, it stopped pissing me off to see pick me girls. When I see a pick me girl now, I don't feel angry. I feel sad. I have empathy for her. What hell she must have gone through to hate her own gender. There is something called misogyny propaganda. Okay, I just made up that term. It doesn't really exist, but I think it's really important that we have a word like that. Because misogyny propaganda is everywhere. It's basically propaganda that teaches us to hate girls. Misogyny doesn't always just show up in huge ways like female feticide or rapes. It also shows up in our daily life in the way we view women. There is this double standard that exists for men versus women. I don't know if you've noticed, but we're always quick to hate women for the same sins that men do but get away with. And I realized this when it happened to me. I kept getting rape threats, death threats, verbal abuses by men on the internet. I get comments like this every single day of my life, and I have made several videos about this. But it never went viral. Nobody really cared. They were like, yeah, this is normal. Men are going to abuse you if you're a woman on the internet. Just deal with it. But I got really sick of it, okay? I was told things like I should get gang raped and killed and I should be the next Nirbhaya. It gets to you after a point of hearing this every single day of your life as a person. And being called Randi is like the most common insult that I get. So I decided to put my foot down and be like, yeah, I am a Randi. A proud Randi. I don't care. You can call me that. And somehow it made national news. Influencers who had never spoken about the verbal abuse that I get or like anyone gets on the internet suddenly decided that me calling myself Randi is super problematic. That I'm ruining the feminist movement by calling myself something that men call me anyway. People decided to file FIRs against me because apparently I'm influencing minors. But no one said a thing to all the men who call me Randi. They're not just men, by the way. They're minor boys. 14-year-old boys call me Randi. And that's where you see the double standard of the society. Men call me Randi. It's normal. We can ignore it. I call myself Randi. Oh my god, how can she do that? I agree it is wrong. I shouldn't be calling myself a proud Randi. That's why I'm doing it. To show you that it's wrong when men do it. But somehow, the reaction that I made to the abuse that I face was worse than the abuse itself. I got more hate than the men do for abusing me. Like, nobody seems to care about the real abusers. Somehow, I am the problem. Honestly, this whole experience was extremely invalidating. I felt so alone and hurt because I somehow became the problem when I couldn't deal with the problem. There was no answer for me. So I tried to find an answer for myself and it honestly worked. I don't feel that bad when people call me Randi now. Like, I don't care. I'm just like, ha, theek hai. Doing this genuinely took away the power for me. But somehow I am the problem. Like, men are still calling me Randi and nobody's saying anything about that. And I'm just alone. I can't do anything about it. Apparently, if I speak up, it's a problem. If I stay quiet, it's a problem. It's always a problem. But it's not a problem when men do something. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. This is very triggering. Honestly, it is triggering. This happens all the time to public facing women. It happened to the rebel kid. She verbally abused a man who was verbally abusing her. But FIRs were filed against her, not him. I am completely against verbal abuse. But shouldn't FIRs be filed against both of them? Why are only men allowed to abuse? Just notice it, okay? People love to hate on women. This happens in the context of Taylor Swift as well. People keep finding reasons to cancel her. Currently, it's that, oh, Taylor Swift is an unethical billionaire. Sure, billionaires are unethical, but how come there is no hate given to men who are billionaires? When men are billionaires, we look up to them. When women are billionaires, we suddenly realize how unethical being a billionaire is. Deepika Padukone asked for fair work timings in a movie. And the internet decided that she's a big monster for doing this. Male actors in Bollywood already have these fair work timings. She's not asking for something out of the ordinary. But no one says anything to them. When she asked for it, suddenly it was a problem. It's only a problem when a woman asks for something that men are already asking for. Do you remember how Riya Chakrabarti was cancelled without any proof? I can't imagine what she went through. And in the end, it turned out that she wasn't even at fault. But people don't care. They just want a reason to hate on women. They love to hunt women down. It's called a witch hunt. And I honestly, I thought it wasn't a thing till I experienced it with this whole Proud Dundee thing. You won't believe the kind of things I went through in the past month. Just for calling myself something that men have been calling me for years. That's when I realized that the world loves to hate on women. And no, it doesn't just happen to celebrities. It happens to regular women too. Just notice it, okay? A cheating woman will always get more hate than a cheating man. A divorced woman will always get more hate than a divorced man. And now we see misogynistic women, which are pick me's, get more hate than misogynistic men. Because it is assumed that men are like that only. They are misogynist. We can't do anything about it. But let's hate on the misogynistic women. Men just seem to get a free pass because of their gender. Just think about it. When a woman says that her husband is beating her up, the society starts blaming her and going like, why aren't you leaving the relationship? वो तो ऐसे ही करेगा. But they never ever question the man who made her trust him and then went on to hurt her. We always seem to question the woman's reaction to the abuse instead of questioning the abuser. A great example of this is when women's videos are leaked by their boyfriends. And what does the society do when this happens? They hate on the woman. They're like, oh, why did you let him shoot you? But nobody seems to care that the man who is supposedly her partner, you're supposed to trust your partner, right? He decided to shoot her and then leak the video without her consent. How is that not the problem? How does it make any sense to hate on the woman who didn't do anything wrong and then ignore the man who literally did something wrong? We have this unrealistic standard when it comes to women. When a woman leaves her baby at home with the rest of the family to go to work, people hate her and call her a bad mother. But when a man does the same thing, we don't even notice. Most of the fathers in India only provide money to their kids. They don't know anything about their own children. They form no emotional connection with them. Some of them have never even changed their own baby's diapers. But we don't care about that. Men are like that only. But when a woman does this, all hell breaks loose. It reminds me of these lyrics by Taylor Swift. I'm so sick of running as fast as I can, wondering if I could get there quicker if I was a man. Now tell me, why would you not be a pick me if everyone around you makes you feel that men are superior to women? Unpopular opinion, but being a pick me is a valid reaction. In fact, I think all women are pick me's at some level. It is impossible to not be one because we do live in a woman hating world. And we've been conditioned to follow patriarchy to protect ourselves from harm. If you don't follow patriarchy in certain aspects, there are horrible consequences. And I'm not perfect either. I'm probably a pick me too. In fact, if I think about it, me removing the hair from my legs is pick me behavior. Because I'm scared of the comments that I get and the looks that I'll get if I roam around with completely hairy legs. Men, on the other hand, are not scared of anything like that, so they roam around with hairy legs. I'm following a patriarchal norm of completely hairless, smooth legs because I'm scared of what will happen if I don't follow it. And I hate it, okay? I hate removing the hair on my legs. It's painful and it's annoying and time consuming. But I can't get myself to not do it. I've been conditioned to hate the hair on my legs. So that does make me a pick me, right? I'm hating a part of me which is natural. And yes, I know what you're thinking. What is she going on about? Why doesn't she just stop waxing? What is her problem? And there we have it, an example of my video itself. You are hating my reaction to patriarchy instead of questioning why there is a culture that women should have hairless legs in the first place. I imagine this is what it's like to be a pick me woman. They've been conditioned to hate women. But then even men are conditioned to hate women, right? So why do I have empathy only for the women and not for the men? Because misogynistic men are not the same as misogynistic women. Misogynistic men are oppressors and misogynistic women are victims. Misogynistic men are misogynistic because they benefit from subjugating women. Misogynistic women, they don't benefit from the misogyny. They're misogynistic because it's the only way they feel more in control and they believe that they can protect themselves from the consequences of misogyny. Misogynistic women are not brainwashed. When we say that, we actually assume that misogynistic women are like dumb, that women are dumb. This is again misogyny, thinking that women are dumb. I think women are smart, especially misogynistic women. They're actually making a smart decision to accept misogyny in order to protect themselves from harm. These days, a lot of people say that misogynistic women are worse than misogynistic men, but they're not. Misogynistic women are not going around raping and killing other women for their own benefit. Misogynistic men are. Misogynistic women are simply tools of misogynistic men. These men use these women as tools for their own benefit to stay in power. For example, recently this video went viral of a woman in a ghungat. She had hidden her face and she was trying to play the guitar, and the women around her kept pulling down her ghungat, trying to hide her face. And then you could see men in the background, like probably her husband and his friends. They were not saying anything, they were just quietly enjoying this scene. And everyone was just hating on the women who were pulling down that woman's gunga to hide her face. But the truth is that if these women don't do that, they're going to be kicked out of their house for not following the rules of patriarchy. And these women are financially dependent on their husbands. Basically, if they don't follow patriarchy, there is a punishment for them, which is life altering. Why would they go against the men of the house? Why would they go against patriarchy if that's the only way they can survive in that house? Another example, which I often mention, is when we hate mother in laws for mistreating daughter in laws. Why does no one question the men of the house who stay quiet while the mother in law bullies the daughter in law? It's because these men benefit from the subjugation of the daughter in law. Another example is when a mother calls her daughter Randi when her daughter wears a crop top. We might question her and be like, how can you call your own daughter a Randi being a woman? Well, it's because the father will end up blaming the mother for not bringing up the daughter right. Everyone around them will just end up blaming the mother if the daughter ends up not being in their control. And if you think about it, why does the mother want to control the daughter's crop top? It's so that the izzat of the house remains, the father's izzat. He will be told by the society that he's not controlling the women of his house well enough if they're roaming around in crop tops. And then no one will marry his daughter. Men want modest girls who don't wear crop tops. Eventually, the slut shaming of the daughter benefits the man, the husband of the daughter. It does not benefit the mother. She's protecting herself. It benefits the father because if his daughter ends up marrying a rich boy, then his name in the society will go up. Just imagine in all of these situations if the mother or mother in law decide that no, I want to be a feminist, I want to go against patriarchy. What will happen to them? They might get killed. It is not easy to fight your entire social circle as a woman in a patriarchal family, especially when you have no support. It's not even easy when you have support. I make content on feminism and it's hard. I get rape threats from men every day. Pretty sure no man on the internet is getting rape threats. But I do, because I try to break away from the patriarchy and try to get women to break away from it. People say I'm overreacting, I'm overthinking, that I'm doing this for attention, for views, I'm a horrible person. My parents are losers, they don't know how to control me. My husband is a cuck, he doesn't know how to control me. But when misogynistic men are making horrible woman hating content, nobody says anything to him. It seems like only feminist content deserves hate, that only feminist women are doing this for views, as if misogynistic men are not doing this for views. So it's only okay to benefit from content creation if you're a misogynist, not if you're a feminist. Another reason why I have much more empathy for misogynistic women is because ultimately we're on the same side. Men don't care if you're a pick me or a feminist. The reality is that no woman can step out in the public without getting stared at. It doesn't matter if you're in a dress, in a suit, or in a sari. Men are still going to stare at you and make you uncomfortable in public transport. Basically, no woman can wear whatever she wants without getting objectified. It has nothing to do with what you are as a woman. It's just that you're a woman for them. Men don't care if you're a feminist or pick me. Ultimately, no woman will feel safe in a room full of men. In a world of misogyny, no woman gets picked. We are all unsafe as women because of men. Even pick-me women get abused, they get harassed. They would be equally unsafe as a feminist woman in a room full of men. Also, you see how there is a double standard even in this. Misogynistic women are given way more hate than misogynistic men, even though misogynistic women are victims. We hate pick me women way more than we hate misogynistic men. So, is this just endless? Are we really never making it out of the patriarchy? I actually have a theory that you need the support of at least one powerful person to be able to break patterns, to be able to get out of this patriarchy. It should be a person who is powerful enough to protect you if something goes wrong. Powerful in terms of monetary support and emotional support. And most women don't have this. They don't have someone supporting them if they try to break free from the patriarchy. So, the solution to stop women from being pick me's is not to hate on them, it's to love them, it's to support them, to empathize with them. And if you can't do all of that, which is completely understandable, just do this basic thing. Don't go out of your way to hate on them. I see so much hate for pick me women on the internet by feminists. Feminists love to hate on non feminist women. And honestly, we feminists really need to learn from misogynistic men. Have you ever seen how they behave when it comes to other misogynistic men? They provide them with unconditional support. They stand for their rights and wrongs. Cheating? It's okay, it happens, bro. Taking dowry? Yeah, bro, it's cool. These men literally support abusive men too. They are that united. You'll see misogynistic men supporting other misogynistic men even if they disagree greatly on the basis of religion and caste. They're divided by religion, but they're still united by patriarchy. And then there's us feminists. We can't even get ourselves to show empathy to victims of patriarchy, to women who are struggling as much as we are in terms of misogyny. For example, it's a trend to say such things these days. I've probably said it too. But now that I use my critical thinking, why do we have a standard that a woman has to be a feminist to get the benefits of feminism? Men don't have to be patriarchal to get the benefits of patriarchy. They can have any ideology and they will still be allowed to maritally rape a woman. They will still be getting voting rights, have a phone, a car, get to have an opinion. You see what I'm trying to say here? And I'm not saying that you have to forgive women for everything wrong that they do, or agree with them if they have misogynistic views, that you have to start loving your abusive mother or mother in law. Of course, that's not possible or realistic or even healthy. I'm also not saying that everything that a woman does is something that we should support, regardless of how good or bad it is. I'm talking more on a macro level. You don't have to love misogynistic women, you just have to see them. See them as people who are literally on your side because they're suffering in the same patriarchal world just like you. They're also just trying to protect themselves from the same common oppressor that we all have, which is misogynistic men. Like it or not, but feminists are on the same side as pick me's. I can see now that I'm on the side of anyone who misogynistic men hate. And trust me, misogynistic men hate pick me's too because they are not going to let them get a job or be financially independent. Misogynistic men want to subjugate women. They hate women. They think they're better than them. So being a pick me doesn't take away from that. I also think we really need to start having the same standards for men versus women. I don't hate misogynistic women more than misogynistic men because my standards for men and women are the same. They should all be feminists. And I expect all men to be feminists, just like I expect all women to be feminists. We often think that how can a woman be against her own gender? How can she be a pick me? It makes us feel frustrated to see women hating women. I know it might sound weird, but it is actually easier to be a feminist as a man than it is to be a feminist as a woman. Men don't lose a chance to get married if it turns out that they're feminists. But a woman who is a feminist will find it harder to find a partner in this patriarchal society. And yet we expect women to be feminists, even though the social consequences for women when they go against the society are far greater than they are for men when they go against the society. It's very simple. If a man came out and said that I'm a feminist, he would not be getting rape threats and he would not be scared that some man is going to throw acid at his face. But a woman would. I am scared of that. I obviously still feel uncomfortable when I see misogynistic women, but I try my best to not actively hate on them and not see them as the real problem. I'll give you a really small example. This is just one of the many examples of things that I've experienced recently. So there was this creator who was making feminist content and she was from a small town. I saw that she has a really small page, but I really liked her content on feminism and I loved that she was trying to break away from patriarchy. So I gave her a shout out on my story. I urged my audience to follow her. Her page blew up, not just because of me, but generally, like when like when a big creator supports you, then more people start supporting you because unconsciously you get influenced. And then she sent me a message saying thank you, and I replied to her like we had a little conversation. Then, when I posted my Proud Rundy video, she was one of the first influencers to go against me. She went out of her way to make a video on how she disagrees with me, and she looked disgusted by my reaction to patriarchy. She has never talked about the verbal abuse that I face as a woman on the internet, but she decided to talk about my reaction to the verbal abuse I faced on the internet. I'm not going to lie, I felt really, really bad because she didn't even bother like messaging me or talking to me about it, considering that we've talked before. She just went and straight up made a video on me. And when you're an influencer and you make content, whatever content you make, your audience is going to get influenced by that. You have a lot of power to shape public opinion. So she was basically influencing her audience to go against me in a time when I was already getting a lot of hate. I thought that she, of all people, would understand because she lives in a really patriarchal setup. And honestly, my first instinct was to like call her out and fight with her or something. But then I thought about it, and why do I expect her to be more feminist just because she lives in a patriarchal setup? Isn't that me having higher standards for her simply because she's a woman? Because if a man hates on me and makes a hateful video on me or going against my ideas, I just ignore it. I scroll. I don't care. I don't get hurt. So that is my double standard for men and women. I internally expect women to be more caring and understanding for no reason just because they're women. It's almost like it's easier for me to hate women when they're not feminists, but I'm okay with men not being feminists. So I decided not to fight with her or call her out or do anything because even though it was hurting a lot, I understood there are more social consequences for her to agree with such a radical take. I'm telling you this story because you see, I didn't go out of my way to hate on her. Like, you wouldn't know who she is. I'm just telling you this story, not for you to go and hate on her, but that so that you understand that you don't have to hate on women who disagree with you. And if you're going to do that, hate on the men who disagree with you too. I did decide to unfollow her. She had already unfollowed me when I made the video. So I did make a boundary with her, but at the same time, I did not hate on her. I'm sure she gets enough hate already from the same type of men who hate on me. Because even if she disagrees with me calling myself a proud Rundy, she is still going to be called that by the men. We're both Rundis in the eyes of those men, simply because we are outspoken about feminism. You can be a feminist and then you'll get hated on for being an imperfect feminist or for being too outspoken. You can be a pick me and then you'll get hated on for trying to please men. If a girl says, I hate makeup. I hate things that girls like. I like things that boys like games and sports. Boys still won't accept her. They will still be calling her Randy in the game. They'll bully her and ask her if she can name 3 football players. At the same time, she'll also be hated on by women and be called a pick me. Now, if a girl likes makeup and likes girly things, men will be like, oh my god, she's so over the top and she spends so much money and time on her appearance. That's such a bad trait for a woman to have. I'm a feminist and I'm still hated on by both men and women. You please men, it's a problem. You choose not to please men, it's still a problem. Do you see it? In a patriarchal society, women never seem to win. The world is already hating on women. We don't need more of it. And bullying them is not going to make them less misogynistic. In fact, it will isolate them more. You can call me biased, but in a woman hating society, I don't want to add more hate for women even if I disagree with them. So, yes, I stand with women who are pick me's. I stand with misogynistic women. I stand with women who hate on me, women who are not feminists. I stand with all women. I don't care what your opinion is. I am still going to fight for your rights unconditionally. And I don't expect all women to do this, but just try. It will help. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think.